This is part 9 of my 1000 day series, and yeah, we are almost done. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's go. We finished the last video here in the Louisville base, and I'm really enjoying how this place turned out. If you didn't watch the last episode, just go back there to see what this place used to look like. For the next 100 days, I'm gonna try to level up farming, fishing, and trapping. I'm not sure if I can do all of it, but I'll try. And I also want to be done with Louisville by then. Not necessarily explore the whole city, but there are some places that I've never been to, so I want to do that. And the first one is the industrial district of the city. I already cleared most of the zombies that were on the way, so now it's just the ones that are actually here. And since I've never been here, I have no idea what to expect. So far it doesn't look like it's too crazy. I think the biggest problem is going to be all of these tubes on the way. Add a heavy fog on top of that, and you got yourself a very easy way to die. Use the last of the ammo I had for the AK. Now it's time to go through the 45 ACP. This is not the best weapon I've used, but it's still good enough. It's definitely the fastest one, but the 24 round mag goes just like that. I don't think it's gonna get much worse than this in terms of zombies. I had to tow these cars out of the way, because knowing myself, this could end terribly. I also hooked this generator trailer to the sports car to leave it at the gas station when we go back. This place would be a very safe and very easy base to secure. Just break this one stair and you're good. I'm gonna need to get a battery for this generator. There is a battery in the lawnmower, and since I'm not gonna use it anymore, I'll just take that. Oh yeah, yesterday the right tire exploded on the way back to base. I didn't record it though. And I've used the spare tire I had on the last episode. Now the closest repair shop is by the industrial area, and it's the most likely place that I'll be able to find like the tire for the car or the things I need to build one. But since I have to walk there, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I took the rest of the day just to do some fishing. Now let's run. I already know that we're gonna see quite a few zombies there, but hopefully I can get in and out safely. And here they are. By the way, this warehouse on top of the screen is probably one of the best in the game. You can find almost anything in there. I tried sneaking in so I don't have to use all of my ammo here, and it kinda worked. I didn't really find the exact tire, but I managed to dismantle this one, and I can use the materials to build the tire for the Mustang. Now let's run back. This car better not give me any more problems this episode. But now that that's fixed, I can go back to what we were doing. I used the generator to gas up the car. And I'm gonna leave it here because we're gonna need it again at some point. Didn't get much done today because I had to reload a bunch of mags. As you drive up and down the same road every day, a few zombies that are further away start to come here because of the noise. It's not a big problem, but we're gonna have to deal with it eventually. I love how easy it is to find some really nice cars here in Louisville. but it's also very easy to find lots of zombies. We're almost at the end of the industrial district now. I think tomorrow I'll be done with the zombies and we can start loading all of the factories and buildings. Maybe not, since I just spent half of the day loading magazines. We're right next to the most populated cell in Louisville. It's supposed to have like 4,500 zombies with these settings. Could you imagine if a jet flew over me right now? Let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, so I didn't clear the whole place today, but tomorrow we'll have it done. And the first carrots are almost ready. I had to stop and kill a few zombies that were on the street again. And I guess this is good enough to start exploring the place. I opened my last box of 9mm today, and I also remember that I have this drum mag for the main gun. It's a lot better of course, but I only have one, so... Before we go out, the carrots are ready, so I'm gonna harvest them and sow all of the crops again. I can also set up a trapping site now, and since traps only work if you're like 70 tiles away from them, I'm gonna have to build them away from the house. I guess this would be a good place. I just need to clear some of the zombies, so let me reload the magazines. I forgot to water the crops when I planted them, so let me do that real quick. Now let's kill the zombies and place the traps. I just need to add the bait, and we can come back every other day to check on it. I went back to the horse track to get a large trash bin so I can delete items in the base. I guess that's it for now. Let's go loot the factories. Some of these places don't really have anything that we might want. But I found this one with a bunch of useful materials that we can use in the base. Before I could leave the next morning, this jet flew over the house and I didn't think there would be any zombies close enough to hear it, but I was wrong. It was nothing crazy, I just didn't expect them to be this close to the house. While getting rid of them, I went to the trapping side and a bunch of the boxes already caught something. It turns out that those zombies were just the warm-up wave, because there are a lot more on the street just waiting for me. It's probably the car that attracted them. I added carrots to the traps the next day, and then went back to clearing the street. I think it's gonna be a while before we get back to the industrial district. I found this really cool Volkswagen Beetle and another one of this sports car. Then this police heli showed up and started shouting and shooting to get even more zombies to the street. And it definitely worked. I think this is a good time to bring out the big guns. I've been saving this one for a moment like this. We got 400 rounds to play with. But you see, this one doesn't have a silencer, so it's gonna make a little bit of noise. Maybe it's not just a little. But it doesn't matter, because it's one shot, one kill. And this part of the street is already cleared, so let's move up. Since I'm here, I might as well make sure the gas station is secured. And it's crazy how many zombies showed up a long time after the first shot. Well, I knew this wouldn't last very long. But it was worth the wait. I had to clear a few zombies that must have heard me shooting yesterday. Now let's get back to looting. I hate this type of staircase. Back in Raven Creek, every building had one like this. If there's more than 2 or 3 zombies in one of these corners, it's death, 100%. This place even has a helipad. Fancy. This other building didn't have anything for us. There's quite a few guns and ammo here in these outposts. I just didn't find the ones I need. I really have to build a new bumper for this car. I'm just gonna need a few metal pipes, which we already had found in this warehouse. After I got that, I cleared a few more places, and now there's only a couple more left. And she's ready to run over zombies again. Today's first stop is the brick factory. And that's all they have. Bricks. Then when I was clearing this parking lot, I realized I'm right next to one of the best places on the map to find guns and ammo. This military surplus store is huge and has tons of everything. Like, this isn't even half of the stuff. But I couldn't really get any of it. There are still way too many zombies in the area. So I came back the next day to take care of that. I got a little unlucky and didn't get much ammo in here, but there are a lot of really nice weapon parts. I dismantled these 2 radios so I can do a really cool thing from a mod I've been waiting a long time to use. But before that, I need to go check the traps cause it's been a while. And look at that, we caught some more rabbits. Okay, so I just need to get a few engine parts and I'll show you what it is. It's an automatic gate. This is not a game-changing mod, but it adds a really cool feature to the game. I need to get a piece of aluminum to build the remote. Luckily I found one in a house nearby. It's really simple. I just need to connect the remote and add a battery to the gate. And it works just like that. So now when I come back home, I don't have to leave the car, open the gate, drive through the gate, and close it. I just press a button. This mod is amazing. It's about the simple things in life, you know? I've been waiting like 600 days for this. I just needed a base with a gate. But now let's move on. I'm gonna keep going in this direction because there's a place here I wanna go to. I ran out of the 45 ACP today and I had to use a blade for the first time in over 100 days. I think I'm gonna go back to the AK because I found some more ammo for it. Things are going to start to get very tricky now, because we're entering a heavily populated area of the city, and just the driving around is going to be pulling lots of zombies. I don't really want to go back to the melee weapons, because I'm really enjoying the guns, but I might have to, because even with the silencer, we're going to be surrounded by zombies, it's going to be impossible to use them. I leveled up to farming 8 the next morning, and after I sold the seeds, I decided to build a few composters so I can get rid of all the fish I'm getting. The next day I did some work on the trapping side, and after I added all the baits, I built a lot more trap boxes to speed up the XP gain. I think this should be enough. I thought I had the last farming book, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm gonna find a bookstore or a school and get that before I continue. And it turns out that the Louisville State University is really close to our base. It's probably full of zombies, but I'll be able to find any book I need there. I'm just gonna make a quick stop at a gas station. Now I just need to go down this street and it shouldn't be very far. Yes, I can confirm. It's full of zombies. If you've been watching the series for some time, you know this was 100% skill. It's kind of scary how close this place is to our base, because if they end up there, it's over. Thankfully, the library is this first building, so I don't have to kill as many zombies. I managed to get inside and it was actually kind of hard to find the book. But I did, so we can go home. So I read the book the next day, and now I'm ready to become the best farmer in the city. I went over to the trapping site this morning, and after killing the intruders, I collected the rabbits and added more beets. It's gonna take a long time to level up the trapping skill. I saw a few zombies in front of the house, so I went out to get rid of them, and there were quite a few. Nothing to be worried about though. Just one day and look at how many crates caught something. I don't have any more space left in the fridge, so I'm gonna have to leave them in the composter. I wanted to go back to the military surplus store to see if there's any ammo that I could use. It's been some time since I've used the katana, so I'm gonna use it here. I did find a couple boxes of 12 gauge and a drum mag, that's it. I hate that after some time the zombies just take back the streets. It happens in every city. And it takes a long time to get rid of them because like they're close enough to each other that it doesn't make sense to use the car, but I waste a bunch of time walking around. Okay, this was a skill related problem. I almost forgot to read the next trapping book. The whole industrial area has zombies on the streets, and it's not just a few. I spent the whole day just going up and clearing the zombies, and I found this secret storage that we can loot later. I watered the crops the next morning, then I went over to the trapping site, and I didn't really know what to do for the rest of the day, so I just kinda walked around. The last winter of the series is finally here. I'm a little bored right now, so I spent the whole day just loading up magazines. But enough sitting around, let's kill a few zombies. Louisville is on a different level. It's gonna be a grind to get where I want. I forgot to hit pause and I came back to him just standing there. Had to clear a few more zombies that were on the street today. And then I decided to go to the safe storage I found a few days ago. There's nothing really worth showing. I only got a few things from here. I was fighting these zombies and all of a sudden I almost lost the cards to them. I took care of the crops and the traps the next morning. And when I was on my way out, I realized that my right tire is gone. So I went back and dismantled this other tire to craft the 198. I decided to fish through the rest of the day, and this really heavy storm started. When I got outside the next day, the ground was completely covered by snow. I even thought the carrots had died. But now let's go back to killing zombies behind the movie theater. I leveled up fishing the next morning. Then I loaded a few mags and went to check on the traps. Look at how many zombies there are in this parking lot. This city is truly crazy. And just as I was about to leave, this heli flew by and the amount of zombies that showed up is unbelievable. I thought most of this area was clear, but they're just coming out of the trees and buildings. I need to harvest all of the carrots and check on the traps. And sow the seeds again, of course. I killed a zombie with a katana, but I didn't record. I managed to take back a lot of ground today, but I'm almost out of bullets. I think I'm gonna go back to this pier soon. I just need to find a card to attract zombies. I spent the next day setting up more traps because I really need to get to level 10 in this video. The thing is that some of them are gonna break no matter what, so I gotta keep building more. I watered the crops the next morning, and then I crafted some spears and a few sticks by accident. I decided to go out to use the last of my ammo. And now it's katana time. I really need to find a sports car that I can abandon if I need to, but for now I just kite the zombies. Oh, I've definitely missed using the spear. If you didn't notice yet, this here is my favorite weapon of all time. Mostly because it's the fastest one. You can line up a bunch of zombies and they're gone just like that. I'm kinda getting close to where I want, but there's still a bunch of zombies in the way. I went over to the trapping site the next morning and got to level 7 trapping. I just realized that the other front tire exploded. Luckily I have one more here at the base that I can dismantle to craft a new one. But both my rear tires are gonna be gone soon, so I need to fix that. Since it's kind of a long drive to where we're fighting the zombies, and it's already kinda late, I just spent the rest of the day clearing the zombies on the street. When I came back to base, the remote wasn't working, and it turns out that the battery on the gate is dead. I went back to the trapping site because I forgot to add the bait yesterday. I ended up getting too cold and had to leave because I can't fight like this. And we already have some more rabbits here. I didn't find any clothes in the house, so I went to the surplus store, but it didn't have anything that would help me. I feel like the more I clear these streets, the more zombies show up. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a sports car to attract zombies. I found this one, but it had no battery, so I went looking for one. And I ended up not finding one, but I guess I can just get a random one and charge it. On the way back home, I remember I had found this sports car really close to base, so I got its battery. Then I decided to take the whole car back to base to refuel, and tomorrow we can start doing some real work. So let's go. I towed the car close to where I want to clear, but before I could do anything, my rear left tire exploded. I'll deal with it later. I started the car, and it doesn't look like that many zombies are around. I went out looking for a tire the next day, and I found one on the house next door. I already took two because the other side is probably about to explode as well. And it was. But now that's all taken care of. Now all I gotta do is clear these zombies. More carrots are ready and I got a level in farming. Also caught a few rabbits. I just have to sow and water the seeds. I checked the traps again and got some more rabbits. Then I went over to the gas station to fill up the car and the gas cans. And we can go back to business. I leveled up trapping the next morning. And back at it. I cleared the car today, but there were still a few more waiting around. The Mustang is looking pretty beat up, so I want to fix that. I walked around getting some spare engine parts because the engine is almost gone. And after that was done, I fixed the hood and the lights, and now I think we can drive some more. I got done with the zombies in this area today. Now I can show you why I'm here. This place is another map mod. It's not as big as some of the other cities we've been to, but it's really nice all the same. It's called Seaside, even though it's by the river, but whatever. Now this place has everything. It's definitely too OP. That's why I'm only coming here now. Because if you manage to clear the zombies around it, you can find everything you're ever gonna need. Food, car parts, books, all sorts of materials, tools, weapons. Whatever it is, it's here. And all of that behind big walls that zombies can't break down. It even has a small house with a fishing dock. I'm planning on staying here for now because the drive to this part of the city is getting really long, so it's gonna save me a lot of time. I'm just gonna go back to base to get a few things. And maybe on the way back I'll stop to kill these zombies on the street. I'm basically just gonna get the trailer and turn off the generators. Now we can go back. It's a little late, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to clear the zombies on the street, but I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna need to find a generator so I can cook the fish I'm getting, but I'm not sure where to find one. I can always go back to base and get one there if I really need to. But for now, I'm gonna keep clearing the zombies close to the new base. After a few days fighting zombies, I decided to go get the generator. I also fixed the car since I had some spare engine parts here. And that's it, we can go back. Another reason why this place is so OP is because of this gas pump inside the base. Yeah, I have my own gas pump. I know it's OP, but I don't mind using it. I'm running out of spears, so I took this day to fix that. This should last me until the end of this video. Now let's get back at it again. I found this marina that had 3 boats just parked here, and I actually think I'm gonna try to get one of them running. But I accidentally fell in the water, so I gotta run back to base before I catch a cold. I tried lighting up the fireplace, but I don't have matches or a lighter. So I went looking for one in the street, but once I found it, I was already getting warm. I think the carrots back at the first base are ready to harvest, so I'm gonna go back there to see if I can level up to farming 10. Turns out they're not even close. At least I got a few rabbits, so I won't starve in this video. When I got back, there were a lot of zombies on the street really close to the base, so I took care of it. I don't want to keep having to go back there for carrots and traps, so I'm gonna do all of that here as well. I started with the crops, and this place already had an area just for that. I just needed a water source close by. The next day, I cleared some of the buildings on the way to the marina, including this gym, which is really nice. And some others that didn't have anything interesting. Since there's not that many days left, I'm just gonna try to go as far as I can in this direction to save me some work on the next video. And now we're talking. It's been some time since I've seen a bunch of zombies surrounding a car. I found a katana today, after a long time actually. I had to bring the car back because there were a lot of zombies hanging around this area still. And found another one right the next day. I woke up today to a bunch of zombies outside the base. I think it's because of a jet that flew by a couple days ago. And when I was done with that, I went back to the sports car and it looks like the car stopped running because the zombies just got scattered around the street. But it's all settled now. Yeah, and that's it. 900 days. I can't believe that there's only 100 days left. I think I might actually pull this off.